Hello, chat. Hope everyone's having a great night. And guess what? It's Silksong time. Now, I'm less doomer mode than I was last time. Last time, when I started streaming Silksong, I'm going to be honest with you, I was not in a great headspace for it. I had a rough day, and I was not, like, really in a great mood for streaming altogether. So, it wasn't my best work, and I was honestly considering postponing Silksong for later in the week. Typically, what I am trying to do is I'm trying to do Silksong near the start of the week, and then I do something different in the back half of the week. And I was considering flip-flopping them so that way I could do something shorter, but I didn't have anything actually on deck that could be done tonight. So I was like, you know what? I'll do a Silksong stream tonight. It'll be fine. I'm in better spirits than I was last time. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna need to remember what the fuck I've done and what I've not done. Because the last, honestly, few streams are kind of a blur. They're all kind of like, fuck, what did I do? I wish I could tell you, but I can't. So right now we're going to be kind of getting our bearings and figuring that out. And then we'll make some progress. I think we were wrapping up Act 1 stuff and going to Act 2 on this run here. I made sure when making the thumbnail, I was like, oh, fuck, what thumbnail do I make? Because I did not have one on deck this time around. And I was looking through my folder of like screenshots I've gotten from Silksong and like, what am I going to use? What am I going to do today? And I was like, you know what? I think we're going to be going to Act 2 today. And I have this one silly shot of a, you know, Last Judge death where Last Judge is entirely off screen. I was like, you know what? I'll use that. That's perfect. Perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes. Technically not clickbait, even if we don't fight the boss. Teehee. This stream is going to be an experiment a little bit, because typically, when I stream, I'm, you know, in a pretty neutral state. Right now, I'm low-key pretty fucking manic. Like, I basically did not sleep last night, and I had about 11 or 12 hours, kind of complicated how it's broken up, of work today. So I feel like I'm falling asleep right now. So, but it's the type of like falling asleep where it's like a slumber party and it's like, aw, everyone's like acting drunk off their ass. Therefore, it's gonna be fun and it won't be, you know, really lukewarm like last time. I'm gonna be honest, last week, kind of a streaming L for the Jameson. Considering Silksong stream was bad, and then the Minecraft stream, worst stream of the year. Worst stream ever. First one to fall asleep gets shit drawn on their face. What? I haven't fallen asleep yet. Why do I have it on my face already? Rats. But yeah, that Minecraft stream, total disaster. I don't even know what more to say about it. In the future, I'm going to try to be a bit more careful about, like, vetting my ideas for streams. Not that I think that it was a bad concept. I think it's honestly a really fun concept, a really good concept that I honestly would consider going back to. But it's a stream, it's a concept where, you know, the 3 hours that I had to stream just didn't do it justice. Combined with really bad luck. It was a mix of really bad luck and just not giving the idea the proper time it needed to be fully developed and everything. So, if I get to a point where I'm streaming longer streams, then we'll talk about it. Then we'll consider going back down to that well. Because I do think the idea of speedrunning Minecraft death messages is really fun. I think it is a unique and interesting way to go about, like, trying to play Minecraft fast that hasn't been done to death, which is kind of really hard to think about. Like, Minecraft is, like, one of the games that has been the most milked for content ever, that coming up with a new way to experience it and play it is not very easy. So, I think it's a really fun idea. It's one that I'm willing to go back to at some point, but for right now, like, 3 hours just was not enough time to devote to it. So, kind of a mess, but what can you do, you know? But it's fine. I do have an idea for the stream later this week. I'm still figuring out the kinks, and it is a game I'm much more confident in being able to do, like, significant progress in just a few hours, because it's the game I used to speedrun. So we'll see if that idea falls through, or if we're gonna do something different. Minecraft was the reason I started watching YouTube, so I've seen a lot of it, and you definitely did something truly new to me. Thank you. Like I said, I think it's a really good idea, even if the stream itself didn't do it justice. Which is why, like, there's definitely room to go back. I meant to take notes at the end of last stream, but guess who didn't, right? So, I did get Silk Speed anklets. Is there, like, anything left for me to do besides Sinners? And take a quick stop by Scrounge, because I got hella money in the bank. Yeah, that stream will definitely have a sequel of some kind. I don't know how different of a direction I want to take it. Probably a decent bit, but I've got ideas. But those are, like, distant future ideas. Those are ideas that's, like, I do not have the current ability to make those ideas come to life, which is kind of why I had to settle for the version of the stream that happened. And yeah. Needless to say, for anyone hoping that the Minecraft stream was going to get, like, a long-form video made out of it, don't be silly. That would not be very good content. Maybe I would consider making, like, a compilation of, like, the silly moments and the failures along the way, but I can definitely think of, like, there is a short from it that I'm considering using. So, you know, maybe there'll be some content taken from it, but it's just such a bad stream. But that's enough about past streams. Let's focus on this stream. So, what do we have left? It seems like we've done all of Greymore, considering we have threefold, and we did rag pelts. I don't think we're missing any Act 1 yellows. Aside from barbed. Like, are we just good to go to Sinners? Because I think that was my goal last stream, was to get us just ready to, like, go straight to Sinners Road. Oh, we've not done Weave Nastatla. I remember. I remember now. So yes, I think it's just Weave Nastatla, and then Sinners Road. So let's skaboodle our noodles all the way over. I'm, like, putting in extra effort to, like, regain my bearings a little bit, because it's, like, I think I've got memory of, like, what I need to be doing and, what I've already done, but I might be doing a bit of double checking for the first while of the stream. Because, like I said, I did not take stream notes like I meant to, and then it's all so fuzzy. Which, even ignoring how the last few, Silksong streams have actually, like, gone, it is, like, a concern of moving Silksong to once a week instead of twice a week that I'm going to have less memory of things I've done. And that is kind of a problem. But shrug. Honestly, there is a part of me that would love to do, like... I'd love to try to, like, squirm 3 streams a week into my schedule. It's just so difficult. I got too much shit to do in a given day, you know? Did I set us up with 12? Yes, cool. So, for anyone who, like, happens to have not caught the last bajillion streams, we need to have 12 charm notches, or tool notches, rather. This is not the way I meant to go, but it's where we are now. We need to have 12, tool slots open. Including, silk skills, but not including anything on Hunter's Crest. So that's why I'm specifically checking, like, did I set us up with 12? Is that, are we good? Because if we have 12, then there's an upgrade we can get here. It's worth it for the variety. Been loving the Rando Thursday streams. I'm glad. It just came from a place of a mix of Silksong burnout, which, you know, I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna act like that wasn't a factor. Maybe even the biggest factor, but it was not the only one. It also just became a case of, what do I want this channel's identity to become? Because I don't want to make Silksong content forever. You know? And it just kind of... Only streaming Silksong was leading to a situation where I couldn't really edit streams into, like, videos. Because they would just be Silksong stream highlights. So I think that this, like, compromise here has just overall been really good for me. Deltarune video will be coming soon. I've not worked on editing it the last few days. It's been a busy few days, but I may aim to have it out by the end of the week, probably. We'll see. Goodbye, moss lesbian mummies. I think the 2 stream a week schedule isn't bad, but I do wish I had more time to stream. I'm actually very pleasantly, like, surprised with the Deltarune video at how naturally everything came back. Because I used to use I used to do video editing when I was, like, high school and a bit of college, which was, like, years ago. And when I swapped back to my old video editing software, I was trying to learn DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve is a great program for anyone that wants to learn how to edit. But it has a very steep learning curve, and it personally didn't work for me. I needed something that I could jump into I guess the best way I can put it is I would rather have to battle against, like, harsher limitations in exchange for the general program coming more naturally to me. So when I was trying to edit in DaVinci Resolve, it turned into, like, spending, unironically, I don't know, an hour for, like, a 5-minute clip, and it just wasn't going well, to put it bluntly. Especially considering a lot of the time, like, what I envision this channel being, and I'm not necessarily, like, putting this as, like, a goal, but just what I envision this channel being, I imagine videos ranging at least 30-40 consistently. And that 5-minute, like, clip that I'm talking about would use, like, I don't know, I would get through maybe, like, 10 minutes of footage in that time, versus going back to fucking iMovie of all softwares. I was able to edit a lot more streamlined, and was able to pull it together in, like, I was honestly editing the VOD decently pound for pound with how long it was. Like, I am fairly comfortable. If I had to upload the Deltarune video tomorrow, I think it'd be okay. There's a few more passes I want to make, and to make a few more tweaks along the way that I've just not gotten around to yet. But, like, the core of the video is done, and I probably spent about 6 to 8 hours on it. Which may sound like a long time for a 40-minute video, but it's important to remember that's a 6-hour stream. That is, like, the longest stream I've done was Deltarune Chapter 1. Oh my god, someone fucking electrocute me with a goddamn shot collar like the puppy girl I am. I mean, fox girl I am. I mean... Yeah, you can look inside me. I don't mind. We're just a couple of girls. Tee-hee. And we evolved the Crest of Hunter. I don't care. It's cringe. So yeah, iMovie is not only, like... Not only am I editing faster, I'm gonna be honest, because I have so much experience with the program, and know my workarounds around the limitations, generally speaking, if I edit in iMovie, it will honestly come out higher quality than if I do it in DaVinci Resolve for a good while. I do think that I want to learn DaVinci Resolve eventually. Partially because it is just way less limited, so once I get used to everything, I'll be able to pretty reliably, like, take less time overall. But also, like, there are, while I know my workarounds for, like, some things in iMovie and can make things happen that, you know, I can make the most of having, like, only 2 video layers and a few audio layers. And it's not too rough. But there are things that I can't do in iMovie. Like, that is just an objective truth that, in theory, I could learn to do in DaVinci. So yeah. The current plan is if I'm gonna be editing an iMovie going forward, and if there's... Oh my god, sorry. I had to scratch my nose, so therefore I just flailed around like... But yeah, I will be at least putting together a rough cut in iMovie, and then, any, like, more complicated edits that I can't seem to make look quite right in iMovie, I'll probably, like, tweak in DaVinci as needed. But honestly, I don't think that'll even be necessary for the Deltarune video at all. And it may never be. Who knows? I actually do a lot of my video editing while I'm on the clock at work. So I've, like... I don't work weekends, so a lot of the days where I've been, like, days since the last time I streamed where I talked about the Deltarune video being almost done, I've not actually, like, had any more work time to work on editing, and I can edit at home, don't get me wrong, but it's just not generally what I do because I do have a good bit of downtime at work. She's doing jobception. I mean, it doesn't... Yes and no. It's not like I'm making money off YouTube right now. Maybe in the long term, which if I do that, then it's a question of if I'll still be editing at work or if I'll do it entirely at home. Because, you know, I don't think my boss would like to hear that I'm working on a job while on the clock for another job, but, you know, they don't care if I'm working on, like, a creative solo project. Have we done Upper Greymore? Whoa. I set my microphone, or my controller down to adjust my seat, and next thing I knew, I kind of forgot that the Bell Beast cutscene causes, like, the controller to vibrate, and I was like, okay, hold up. Do I have... Yeah, of course I do. What am I talking about? I honestly... Here's one thing I am looking forward to, whenever, like, the Silksong arc is done. And that's not to say, like, I don't enjoy streaming Silksong. I do. But there is a part of me that's excited for whatever long-term project, because what I want post Silksong, I imagine the schedule is going to stay pretty consistent, where, you know, half the streams are designated to, like, an ongoing longer project, and the other half are, like, self-contained mini adventures in a singular stream. And I cannot wait until the long-term adventures are not something that I need to lock in for. Because while I am enjoying streaming Silksong, it does lead to a lot of scenarios where... How do I explain? I can't be as loosey-goosey as I want to be. Like, for example, someone asked about a drunk stream, a couple streams ago, maybe last stream, I don't remember. And that's just not something I currently, like... I could do something silly where it's like, oh, I'm playing this game, but I turn into a drinking game or something like that. And that's not nothing, but... being able to, like, do a drinking stream and it's like, alright, this is just, like, part of the bigger adventure along the way. I am not looking forward to putting together any sort of Silksong video. I don't know what I want that to look like at all. Like, I think that there's a very real chance that even... What just happened to me? Chat, did you see that? Chat, was anyone paying attention and just saw me teleport halfway across the screen? Did anyone clip that? Or can anyone clip that? Because that was weird. Anyways, I completely lost my train of thought. Editing Silksong, I don't know what I want that to look like. There's a very real chance that, even after I, like, successfully 100% Silksong Steel Soul, the video will not come out for a while. Because there's just a lot of, like, difficult decisions to make about, like, how to translate those streams into, like, a video slash a series. Because it's like, okay, I don't want I don't want, this to become a Silksong channel, so I don't want to devote too many videos to the Silksong adventure. And that's like, okay, so what gets a video? Because I feel as though, like, so much of the journey is built on the failed attempts along the way, that it's like, if I just did a video of the successful 100% attempt, it's like that doesn't tell the full story at all. But it's like, okay, well, how big of a Silksong video are we talking where I have to put together, like, unironically, like 40 or 50 hours of streaming, probably? I mean, I've been doing this for about 2 months. Maybe more. So it's like condensing all that down to a singular video is either going to make a really long video or a video with weird pacing. So yeah, I don't know what that's going to look like. Could do a longer video showing the most interesting runs and funniest fails. Okay, but again, that leads to getting like one video out of like 50, after editing 50 hours of streaming. Like, that's just so... I'm not gonna say like it can't be done, but I'm going to say that at what point is it no longer worth it? At what point is the amount of hours necessary to make that video and make it good no longer worth the increase of quality? Because it's like, I want to get into the habit of putting out videos like kind of regularly. Part of the reason I've not been rushing to get the Deltarune video out is honestly so I have more streams to edit. Which is why I'm thinking about waiting, like I might even wait until next week to put it out. But I would love to get like consistent weekly uploads going. Once I get to the point where I'm actually like uploading things. And having like such a big like 50-hour footage project on the back burner at the same time is going to, needless to say, greatly hinder those weekly uploads. Oh wow, you're back at being asked to... You're back to being asked at the game? Thank you. You're so funny. I literally stream Silksong every week. I don't know what you want from me. I just swapped from doing it every stream to every other stream. It's not that hard. I swear, anytime I stream something that isn't Silksong, you're like, oh, I can't believe you gave up on the Steel Soul 100%. And it's like, no, I stream it once a week now, instead of twice a week, because I need stuff to actually edit and turn into videos. Every other is not every enough? Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's what you're getting. Like, Silksong is going to be, honestly, here's the thing, right? It's going to make progress slower, and it's going to make succeeding a little harder just because of, like I said, the issues with, like, remembering what I've done and what I've not. But it's going to cause the Silksong streams to be higher quality because I'm not just mashing through the same shit every stream. I get a full week to recharge and come up with things to talk about on stream. Did I ever get the Guts quest? I did, okay. Versus when I was doing it every week, it just kind of led to, like, streams not being as interesting as they could have been. because I didn't have any new material to talk about Silksong, because I just, like, did a Silksong stream where I died and did the same shit earlier in the week, and that was only a couple days ago, so I didn't get, like, anything to talk about. You gotta take a shower? You're gonna come in and complain I don't Silksong enough and then not watch? Maybe that's the reason I don't Silksong stream anymore. It's because it doesn't get the views. Not to say I've found something else that gets views, but you know, that's besides the point. Honestly, a real Jamie fan would be listening while in the shower. Fake fan. Uh-oh, I slipped. Okay, but do y'all, like... Okay. Personality test. Do y'all take your phone into the shower with you? Can we discuss this? Because I feel like people are really, like... People have strong opinions about this one. People either bring the shower in, like, and love doing that, or bring their phone into the shower and love that shit, or they're like, what the fuck, that's so odd. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely take my phone into the shower most of the time. Or what I've started doing is I bought a really cheap set of Bluetooth headphones. We're talking like $20 for a pair of Bluetooth headphones. And I'll put like a video on, and leave my phone out of the shower, so I have audio playing still while I shower. Crazy, we need details? I mean, it's not that hard to like keep your phone out of the out of the water when you're in the shower. Like, okay, I don't know about y'all, but the best part of the shower is feeling that hot water like run down my back. Like, I don't know if that's like a common consensus thing. I feel like it should be, considering that shit's orgasm worthy. So like, I can just stand there on my phone feeling hot water hit my back. And I'll just be like, you know, fucking doom scrolling, or I'll be messaging bitches, or I'll be showing off my titties on stream. Switch to the chat to all? I do have it set to all. What are you talking about? There's another person chat. I'm literally, yes, I'm aware. I like always have stream set, or chat set to all. The only time I don't is if I forget to do it. Hello, Skinks. Please, take my silk. Shoot that silk deep inside my wallet. But yeah, okay. Here's the thing, right? Yes, I'm addicted to my phone. And that's the end of the story at the end of the day. Like, I'm aware I'm addicted to my phone. And most of the time, I'll be honest, I'm like on Discord. I never forget except for when I forget. You're so right. That's just my entire, like, MO here. I mean, I will say, for the first while, I didn't realize that that was a thing, that it automatically set you to only top chatters, which is really dumb, by the way. I still hate it. But, like, since then, I've been very good about it. I think there's been, like, one stream since I learned it was a feature where I didn't put it on until, like, a good chunk of the way through, and it wasn't even, like, that long. It was maybe an hour. We learning Jamie's shower routine? Yeah, okay, so basically, I get in, I doom scroll on my phone for 30 minutes, and then I complain that I'm out of hot water. So then I get out of the shower, and I go, I'll take another one in an hour. And then an hour later, I repeat the cycle, and, until I go to bed. Any questions? Honestly, if you don't take your phone in the shower, you're just missing out on, like, core, like, experience in life. It's like the people that are really obsessive about, like, shower oranges or shower beers. Y'all ever fucked with a shower orange before? That shit's life-changing. Just being able to, like, shove an orange down your throat without worrying about, like, orange juice getting all over you because you'll just be able to rinse it off. It lets you feel like you're a primal animal. And it's awesome. That's enough roach guts? What the fuck? I did not realize I killed 10 of those bitches already. And, like, shower beer, similar concept. You can let half that shit, like, spill down your face. And it's, like, euphoric. Feeling like a cold beer not only drip down your throat, but into your, like, pores. As, like, hot water is, like, warming those areas up. Oh. Eternal experience. I don't even drink beer, and the idea of a shower beer, like, gets me practically, like, hot and ready. I am hot to go right now at the thought of a shower beer. But realistically, it could be like any really cold canned beverage could honestly do. Like, I think a shower soda sounds like just as nice, except I don't really drink soda. In fact, well, I was gonna say I probably drink beer more than I drink soda, but that's actually not true. I'll have the occasional sip of one and I just avoid the other. Not to say I don't drink alcohol at all, but beer specifically, not my thing. I'm good. Tastes too much like Cheetos if you, like, remove the... Or not Cheetos, sorry. Cheez-Its. But if you remove, like, all the cheese powder, so it's just the taste of spent grain. And it's like, no thanks, I'm good. Beer overrated, not gonna lie. See, I agree. Like, low-key, spitting facts. It's all about the fruity drinks? Exactly. Lately, when I've been going to the bar, which I've done, not, like, a concerning amount by any means, but I was, like, never a bar person, and now I go, like, roughly once every couple weeks. Either with friends or alone, because, not in a sad way, but just in a, like, going around mingling, meeting people way. And no, I do not tell anyone I meet at the bar that I'm a fucking VTuber, believe me. But lately when I've been going to the bar, I tend to, like, drink a couple, like, seltzers. I'm not a huge seltzer girl. I think White Claw is, like, mid as hell, but because it's mid as hell, it's like, okay, it's not that strong. It's not that strong. It's pleasant enough to drink, I guess. And, since it's not something like, since it's like a whole canned drink, I can, like, sip it slower than, if I got something like, I don't know, a fucking rum and coke or something. Basically, like, most bar drinks, because bar drink portions are, like, small. But yeah, point is, White Claw lets me, like, sip it slower and is pleasant enough to drink. And then I'll also do, like, a handful of Jello shots. A handful makes it sound like a lot. I'll do, like, 2 or 3 Jello shots and drink a couple White Claws and call it good. But not because I'm a huge White Claw girly. I'm not a basic bitch. They just don't have that much for good canned options. That aren't, like, beer. Which, as we've established, is mid as hell. God, I want a shower margarita now. Maybe I'll take a shower tonight after stream and just make a margarita to bring with me. I don't even plan on drinking tonight. I have work tomorrow, and I'm, like, crazy tired, as I mentioned earlier. And yet here I am contemplating making a shower margarita later. I wonder if it would be, like, a similar-ish experience to, like... Because, like, people, like, there's, like, liquid edibles, you know? I feel dumb calling them drinkables, but I also feel dumb calling them edibles, so I'm calling them liquid edibles, and then saying that afterwards so y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I wonder if, like, sipping one of those, and by sipping, of course I mean, like, chugging, so half of it goes down your face, in the shower would be fun. I don't tend to, like, get involved with, liquid edibles. Not super my thing. Mostly it's a taste thing. I'm kind of picky about my edibles, because I don't like the taste of weed very much. So I've not found any drinks that, like, really do it for me, and it's also, they're like... Here's the other thing, right? I'm a cheap bitch. I, like, avoid spending money as much as I can, because I'm a broke hoe. I'm a broke hoe. What can I say? I'm not making that fat YouTuber money. In case anyone was hoping I'd be like Mr. Beast, like, no. I am not the Mrs. Beast who is Mr. Beast, unfortunately. Not in the sense that I want to sleep with Mr. Beast, but in the sense of financials. I'm not that upset that I'm not Mrs. Beast. But I'm a cheap bitch. So that when I buy edibles, they tend to be like things that I can split up into smaller portions. So it's like I'll buy a 200 milligram edible and I'll take like, and that'll be like 10 nights at least. Because I'm pretty lightweight. Is this just lore? I'm fairly sure. I think I go into this room every time. I'm just like, this is just lore, right? But yeah, my problem with drinkables is that I feel like I can't really portion them nearly as well as like an edible. But also I don't want to spend like the same amount I'd be spending for one night of edibles on one, sorry. The cost of, like, one, big edible that I split up across, like, 10 nights costs, like, the same amount as one small drinkable. Now, just you wait for Feastables to get you high. Honestly, floored that Mr. Beast hasn't already dipped into, like, the weed market. Like, low-key, Feastables as like a generic like candy brand name, mid as hell. Feastables as an edible brand name, low-key goes hard. Oh, that's awkward. This is just a place where you can get caged, right? And I don't need Silksong enemies to cage me. I mostly came here because I needed the silk. I don't even know if these guys, like, drop decent money. I literally don't know if I've ever actually killed one of these, because every time I'm doing Steel Soul, I avoid them, and in my casual playthrough, the first time around, I got caught by the first one I saw. I know, I'm a scrub. I know, I'm embarrassing. I know. Dishonor on my family. I know. Son of a fuck. Oh, okay. This is annoying, but that's fine. I can handle being mildly annoyed. I sip on mixers and don't realize how quickly I am actually going, and all of a sudden it's gone and I want another. This is exactly why I drink, like, White Claws at the bar. Like, literally this. Because I feel like I can portion them easier, I can sip them slower, and on top of that, they get you less drunk than, mixers tend to be. God, you're white? I know. I don't even like White Claws. I'm not even, like, a huge White Claw defender. If they had better canned drink options, I would go with that. Believe me. I'm not even, like, that much of a generic, like, white girl that goes, tee-hee, I love White Claw, it's my entire personality. By the way, I got a train ran on me by the entire football team when I was in college. I definitely didn't have anyone specific in mind when I said that. But anyways... Like, that's not even really me, is the thing. I'm not even saying I like White Claw exactly, but more so it's just... It's the closest thing I have to a perfect bar drink, even if I don't actually like White Claw very much. Plus, they're low-key not that expensive at a bar, at least at the bar that I go to. Like, I'll spend less on a White Claw than I would, like, a mixed drink. Which I think is, like, fair, because mixed drinks, like, will get you more, intoxicated. But when I go to the bar... Okay. Alright. I'll also say, I'm not a huge drinker in general. And going to the bar, like, is more for the atmosphere than the drinks for me. Like, it's for the atmosphere and it's to meet people, because the bar is like a playground, but for adults, where you can just, like, roll up to people and go, hi, want to be my friend for the night? And, like, they won't assume that you're, you know, sketchy. Unless you, like, really come across as sketchy and you, like, seem like the type of person that would put something in their drink. Adult babysitting? Exactly. So, like, when I go to the bar, I don't need to get, like, fucked up, personally. Because I usually bring my vape pen. And I usually am, like, smoking that grass, if you will. I smoke de grass, see? And I just get, like, a bit crossfaded, and I think that's honestly, like, fun to me. I know crossfaded for some people, like, feels like death. So, like, I'm not necessarily advocating for what I'm doing, but for me personally, I actually really like the feeling. So yeah, I don't need to, like, get bar drinks that will get me more messed up, because I don't need to get that messed up to begin with. Because most of what I'm feeling when I'm at the bar is from my, you know, from my vape anyways. So it's like, I'll get, basically what I'm saying is when I go to the bar, I get really high and a little tipsy. So because of that, White Claws are, like, perfect for me. And that's, I guess, the end of my TED Talk. I don't know where those went. I think they went up here, but I'm scared that I'm wrong. Which, yeah, sorry to, you know, interrupt the, you know, fun parts of the stream with the whole Silksong thing. But, we are, like, about to go into Act 2. And we are, in fact, like, almost done the mist. I don't know. I think it's that one to the left, but I'm not even that confident. Uh-oh. Owie. I am so unhappy. Two runs in a row? Really? 2 runs in a row? To Wraiths? To Wraiths breaking Fractured Mask? It's so dumb that that's how that works. I'm not happy. See, this is an example of why I only stream Silksong once a week. Because, and that sounds like silly, probably, without further context, but let me like elaborate a little. If I were to stream Silksong twice a week, if I had devoted an entire week of streaming to this run, not only just like the entire week of streaming, but the entire last couple weeks on this run, and then I lost it all to something like that, I wouldn't want to be streaming anymore. I'd want to like call it for the night. And that's, for obvious reasons, not a very healthy dynamic. So, like, right now, am I bummed? Oh, very. I'm unhappy. Hey, you're back? Oh, perfect timing. Guess what? I got fucked by a Wraith when I had Frack Mask up. Again! Again! I was too focused on the conversation, and I got pranked. But that's fine. But yeah, as I was just saying, since, like, this is honestly, like, perfect timing for you to come back, this is a prime example of why the Wraith is a good way to go out. No, actually. I disagree entirely. It might be my least favorite way I could go out, and I think I would rather die to Lost Lace. Because at least then I feel like I'm actually playing the parts of the game I want to be playing right now, because I'm so burnt out on Act 1. Dangling the stake in front of me at the very end of multiple streams of work, just to say, lol JK, you die in the mist, have fun doing it all over again, literally is one of the big reasons I swapped from streaming Silksong twice a week. Because if I was only streaming Silksong, this loss in progress would really upset me, and it would make me not want to stream. I would not want to stream anymore, both for the rest of the night and maybe for the rest of the week, depending on the run. Because there's been streams where I've really had to phone it in because I've just not felt like streaming at all because of how the last Silksong death happened. And right now, I'm pretty chillin'. I'm pretty okay with the fact that I died. I'm not happy about it. I'm still bummed, but I'm like, okay, well, time to start another run. What are we putting on my face? Tee-hee. When I'd be a lot less chill, and the stream would just be a lot less fun if I was streaming only Silksong still. This is why we don't use Wanderer in every difficult area. Wanderer is my favorite crest for the Mist. You can keep saying things like that all you want. I would perform worse if I had a different crest on. I don't care what's optimal for DPS numbers. I don't care what your circle jerk of people tells you like you should be doing. I do not care. This is the crest that I feel comfortable with. This is what I'm doing. And if you don't like it, you can suck my dick. Reaper's goated for the Mist. Reaper can suck my dick. I don't want to play Reaper. I don't find it fun. Anyways, with all that said, what the fuck are we doing with my face this time? I see someone saying chocolate-covered Jamie, and I don't know what that looks like. So you say Reaper's good? I mean, Reaper's not, like, bad. Its down pogo's really good, and the Mist is, like, an area where it's very good. But you know what? It's also not very fun. I find its moveset really... I find it really, sluggish. And regardless of, like, the actual DPS, regardless of what's safe, it's not fun to me. Would Chocolate just make her black? Yeah, can we not, like, get me canceled? Can we not make me blackface? Make it look like chocolate is dripping down your face and you'll look like a strawberry. This is the worst idea I've ever heard. Because all it's going to look like to someone who doesn't know why I look like that is just going to think like this is a scat stream. Like, if someone comes into my stream and just sees, like, brown dripping down my face, people are not going to think, chocolate. I think the opposition is kind of racist. Okay, can we not? I'm merely stating, can we not do blackface? That's not racist. Grapes? How would that even work? I'd think chocolate. Okay, but you don't spend enough time on the weird parts of the internet, and that's on you. You're just dirty-minded? No, I can assure you. Let me tell you a story, okay? I had this friend who... We were doing, like, a Disney-themed, like, party or something like that, and we were, like, debating what movie to base it around, okay? And my friend really likes Zootopia. And my friend really wanted to push for us to do Zootopia. And I insisted, no, because people are weird and would make comments about wanting to fuck the rabbit. So, we went to a mutual friend, and I said, hey, what do you think about the idea of making a Zootopia themed? And the first thing he says is, Judy Hopps feet, Judy Hopps feet, Judy Hopps feet. So no, I don't think I'm just dirty-minded. I think that I have a pretty reasonable understanding of what the weirder side of the internet is going to immediately think, and I'm going to avoid that. So no, nothing that looks fetishy, unless it's, like, kind of funny. If it's something, like, kind of, like, actually funny and clever, then I might do something. Because, I mean, like, come on. I do have, like, fox ears. Like, there's definitely, like, some things that, like, could be arguably fetishy that could work. Clown hair / nose, the problem with that, because I actually did do that for a thumbnail, it's a bitch. Drawing it sucks. And it also just covers up too much of the model. I still want to be recognizable as Jamie underneath whatever graffiti we do. I don't want it to just completely change, like, what I look like. Because if someone comes in for their first stream and sees this, where I just look ridiculous... Not ridiculous. I mean, obviously I'm going to look ridiculous, but if I look completely unrecognizable, it's like... It's not what I want someone's first impression of my stream to be. Rain Cloud? I mean, Rain Cloud's not terrible. We could do that. It's just... not the most interesting. But, I mean, I can start sketching it until someone comes up with something better. Bill Cipher? Okay. You have my attention. You have my attention. What are we doing with Bill Cipher specifically? Where does Bill Cipher go? And what's the vision here? You do a yellow triangle around... Yes, I understand, like, what Bill Cipher looks like. I just mean, what does that look like? Oh, are you saying around one of my eyes? Hang on, we might be in business. That's not a terrible idea. Hang on, I actually think I like that. Doing it around my eyes? Oh, no, hang on. Bill top hat and your eyes fuse into one. I'm thinking 2 Bill ciphers, that use each of my eyes. Should I look up, like, what Bill Cipher looks like? Because, I mean, obviously I have a good idea of his design, but, like, are there details I'm forgetting? Let me look. Okay, I completely misremembered what his tie looked like, and I thought it was a traditional tie, not a bow tie. So I'm glad I checked, because that would have been embarrassing. This is funny from memory. Too late. I already did it. Okay, because here's the thing, right? I could be cringe and just do this. I could do this. But that's fucking lame. I'm drawing my own triangle, and it will look like shit. I guess I should give him, like, a little more space. Illuminati? Not exactly. So let's grab that. Ah, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. If this is 62 pixels, okay. So we make this one roughly 62 pixels. And that foot will be technically a pixel smaller. It's fine. It's fine. I can't draw a triangle. Well, that was almost something, until I, like, really failed to stick the landing here. I also didn't really make his legs long enough. What if I just stretch? Oh, now we're so talking. Oh, this is turning peak already. Can we just replace your head? What did I just talk about with the whole not wanting it to be completely unrecognizable thing? I don't want a vector fill. Oopsies. I want a pixel fill. And then... oh my god, those feet look like shit. Let me, try to, like, touch them up just a tiny bit. Alright, beautiful. Absolutely brilliant. No notes. Is Jamie gonna... is Bill gonna be a third eye? No, Bill's going to use one of my eyes as his eye. Alright, perfect. I am going to cheat and use triangles. I know I said I wouldn't, but it's not for the shape of them. It's just to make filling them, slightly easier. Except I'm not doing a very good job of that, and now I'm making it slightly harder than it would have been to just fill normally, but that's fine. Alright, now we make that a black. Oh, this is so beautiful. Bill Cipher's never looked this good, if we're being honest here. Like, can we just be honest and appreciate, like, the modern Mona Lisa here? Smash, next question, thank you. We were all thinking it, but someone had to say it. Alright, beautiful, stunning. Like I said, I'm not going to bother, with his eye. Because it's gonna use my eye. Come here. This is really dumb. And I love it. This is the right kind of dumb. See, I knew you all had good ideas eventually. I literally own Book of Bill, and I've just not gotten around to ever really, like, flipping through it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I literally own it, and it's like, fuck. I bought it because I thought it would be, like, cool merch to own, and then I realized, wait, shit, I don't read. I'm a VTuber. You think I have time to read? Okay, fine. More realistically, you think I know how to read? Okay, and now it's like bap and bap and bap. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now these move up to the top layer. Beautiful. Alright, that's our Bill. Oh wait, I didn't give him arms. It's a fucking comic book, Jamie. Yeah, but it's not a matter of... How do I read again? I don't remember. You caught me. I just don't know how to read, okay? What if I just repurpose these to make his arms? Where do his arms actually come out of? They're more like down here. You can't read, you're an Undertale fan? Exactly. See, okay, I think this is low-key, peak. Truly, one of my best. Fuck, where did I... Okay, that needs to go, like, here? Perfect, I think he's done. What if I put up Subway Surfers gameplay while you read? Oh shit, okay, maybe then I could pay attention. But I mean, it's just, it's so hard, you know? There's words. Alright, now this is where I make myself disappear. So I don't accidentally dox myself. Hooray. Actually, wait, let me look for... I can look for a prop layer real quick, because I still have to do that. And then I will try to avoid doxing myself. I can't tell what layer that's on. Nope, not the collar. Dog nose? Oh my god. Just what I need, more fuel to the furry allegations. That seems annoying to work with, but it could work. No, because these that goes over the eye. Okay, that doesn't work then. Unfortunate. Alright, now we get to keep looking for things that do work then. Because what I need right now is I need to find... collar stream? No. No. Just because the software I use has a setting for it does not mean that we're putting on a collar. Bad. Bad. Nuh-uh. There's also, like, there's tons of, like... There's tons of, like, furry things in here that I could do. Like, there's dog nose here. I can literally, that didn't work. They're supposed to be... Oh, yeah, I can literally give myself, like... Oh, look at me. Woof. Like, there's plenty of furry material here. If I wanted to be a furry, I would be a furry. Instead, I only have ears. Those are above. Oh my god. Finding something that's on the right layer for this is low-key gonna be annoying. Because I don't think I can just do this, right? No, because that goes over the eye. So I need a layer that's over the face, but under the eye. And I'm not sure that exists. Like, I can try a bunch of different things, but... Nope, that's entirely behind my face. What if I try... One thing I can try... Please hold. I know this controller looks really bad. It's why I don't do this. I don't think... Alright, be warned. You're about to see Jamie Gore. I'm sorry for this, but it is what is necessary. Ah! Okay, I can't pin it to that. That's all. My arm's gone. Oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck. Oh, thank god it's back. Because this isn't going to be the right layer. No. Welcome to Silksong stream, you know, where we spend, like, most of the time not even playing Silksong because I'm bad. We found something. We did it. Eyelashes work. Alright, hide pinned and hide pinned. Beautiful. Stunning. Something like that. She lost the arm? Yeah, don't worry about that too much. I mean, also don't worry about whatever's going on screen. But, if I disappear for a moment... Ooga booga, ooga booga. That wasn't far enough. Ooga booga. Shit. Is this one? Yeah, it is. Oh, dear lord. Alright, there's some tweaking to be done here. I might need to, fiddle with Bill's proportions a bit. This is actually horrifying. I don't know if I agree to this anymore. Let's spin the bills a little bit. I know it's less accurate, but... Is this what we're going with? Put it over the eyes? No, the point is that it goes under the eyes. That was the whole point, is that my eyes turn into Bill's eye. I think that this is, I don't know if beautiful is the right word. Let me spin them a little bit more. I know we're getting less and less lore accurate by the minute here, but... It just takes up a lot of real estate on my face. God, this is just horrifying. I don't like this one. I kind of want to, like... I'm not going to veto this, but I do hate it. I think the only way this would really work is if I made it really stylized. But that point, it's like arguably not even Bill at that point. It's like Bill-inspired makeup. Well, alright. This is what you get. I can't believe I'm signing off on this, but... Here we are. I don't like this one. I might not use this one for a thumbnail. Normally I try to use like every new design for at least a thumbnail, but I don't know if I want it for this one. I don't know if I want someone to be like roaming their front page on YouTube and being advertised this. So because of how the world works, this is now going to be the run where we win. I mean, that's just how shit goes, you know? Dear God. Like, the more time goes, the more I process. This is what I'm gonna look like until my next death. I miss when we were talking about shower beers and shower oranges. I miss when chat was calling me a basic white girl for drinking White Claws. Yeah, but look at that. We beat the shit out of Chuck first try. We have a real run. We're cracked. Silksong doesn't stand a chance against us anymore. You'd only do this in the shower for someone else? I don't know if there's anything you could get me to do this in the shower. Like, dear lord. I hate it. But, we have a deal with Bill now. I am unironically at 1 health in fucking Moss Home. So as a reminder, for anyone who wasn't here when the stream first started, I'm really tired. Like, I am borderline manic from not sleeping last night. And I had a long day today on top of it, so like I am on the verge of hallucinating. Not literally, but... So any like shitty gameplay for the rest of this stream has the immediate like John of, yeah, but this is a stream where I was borderline drunk. Honestly, I'd probably play better when better drunk than I am gonna play tonight. But that's fine. You know why? Because the content. That's why. It's all for the content. Low-key, like, okay, I'm thinking about the Undertale video. Or, nope, not Undertale. That's not the name of the game. The Deltarune video. And I'm like, I could aim to get it out in the next couple days. But I'm wondering if that's actually a smart decision, because if I do that, then I'll have nothing to, like, edit for next week's video until the stream on probably Thursday. So it's like, shit, maybe I should hold off on releasing the Deltarune video for a bit longer. We'll see. I need to, like, at some point, I need to start coming up with, like, small stream ideas. Like, an hour or less ideas. And just blow through, like, 3 of them in a single stream. Because just like that, that's 3 videos right there. Shit, maybe that's what I should, like, think about. Because I've been, like, trying to brainstorm a lot of stream ideas lately, obviously. Maybe trying to brainstorm, like, small ideas for a little bit would be a good idea. Next stream, assuming that I can get, what I want to get working. Next stream will probably not be more than 1 idea, but... who knows? I do enjoy streaming, and I like... There's a part of me that thinks in the long term I'm gonna have more fun with streaming than editing and releasing, like, videos. But editing and releasing videos is, unfortunately, like, necessary evil when you want to, like, stream. Because there's not that many people out there that will see a stream recommended to them that has like 1 or 2 people watching, and then they'll hop in without knowing like anything about the creator. Not saying no one does it, but it's a decently small like market, and YouTube doesn't push streams as hard as like videos. So unfortunately, as much as I would love to just, like, focus exclusively on what made, like, the most fun streams, I do have to, like, keep in mind that there has to be a video attached to, like, these streams in order for me to actually get anywhere. I don't know. I'll do some more brainstorming throughout tomorrow and decide what I want to do about the Deltarune video. Maybe I'll aim to release on, like, Friday or something. We'll see. Or, like, Saturdays. Saturdays could be good. Just given what my schedule is, releasing on Saturdays wouldn't suck. Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to make false promises, especially considering, like... It's not like there's that much crazy hype about, you know, oh my god, you're gonna edit the Deltarune stream to be like a 45-minute video. Whoa, that's crazy. Like... Most of the people in the chat right now were already there for the stream. It's not like they're clamoring to rewatch a bunch of Deltarune. I mean, maybe you all are. Maybe I'm just wrong, but... Hype? Okay, never mind. Y'all love rewatching content. My bad. Maybe that's why... Maybe that's why you all watch me play Silksong over and over. Because you like rewatching content, and you just get to keep rewatching me do Act 1. I promise it's me being sleepy and not just me being bad at this pogo, but I am also bad at this pogo. Come on. Because you missed the start and then fell asleep mid-Jevil fight. I will say, I'm realizing that I'm not actually going to have nothing to edit, because I could just... So, for the sake of pacing out the video, I figured what would make things most interesting was, splitting Deltarune Chapter 1 into 2 videos. So, the one that's almost done is just, like... basically the entire Chapter 1 experience, and then there's going to be a second video that comes out later that is like just the Jevil highlights and just the Jevil experience, because when you look through like that 6-hour stream, the Jevil sections take up like a third of the stream. There is no world to properly convey the story of, like, the Jevil fight and, like, the pacing of it and everything in a way that, like, does it justice without completely destroying the pace of the rest of the video. Especially considering, like, after editing it down, the Deltarune video is, like, decently fast-paced. There's not that many, like, slow moments. There is, like, room to breathe within it, but not that much. So it's, like, having it be, like, pretty fast-paced editing and, like, going through the story decently fast and, like, very loose with it. Like, it's not that focused. The video is not that focused on the story itself of the game. Because, you know, realistically speaking, the goal isn't to simulate someone's, like, first experience with Deltarune. But yeah, it would just kill the pacing to have everything go fast through, like, the story and the lore and everything, and cut out so much of it for the sake of condensing it to one video that isn't 3 hours long. There's no way to do that while then having, like, 20 to 25 minutes of Jevil. Like, it's just not realistic. It's not realistic, and it would just make the video worse. So yeah, Deltarune stream is getting split into 2 videos for that reason. I did start working on the Jevil video already. Not, like, very far at all, but I was in a situation where I couldn't work on the main Deltarune video, but I had time to edit, so I was like, alright, I'll, like, quickly, like, throw together some footage from the Jevil stream, or from the Jevil section of the stream. It's gonna be interesting that they're very different videos, just from the nature of one, like, is playing fast and loose with the story, but it covers the story, you know, it's following the plot of the game. And then the other's not going to have that much, like, dialogue. It's mostly going to be about, like, the combat or any interactions that are interesting that happened throughout it, which, I'll be honest, from looking through the footage, I'm not sure there's that much. because, like, to put it bluntly, the Deltarune stream was a lot of fun, had a great time doing it, and I'm excited to do Chapter 2. But the Deltarune stream ran long, and I got very tired, and as I got tired, I definitely was worse at keeping up the entertainment. Partially because, like, during Jevil, I needed to, like, lock in a bit more. But also, just again, I was exhausted. So, a lot of the Jevil video is going to be focused a lot more on, like, the combat and things like that. And because, like, that's not going to be as much the focus of the first video, they're going to be very different experiences, despite being literally from the same stream, so. I do not know when I'm doing the Chapter 2 stream, before anyone asks. Right now, I'm picking up extra hours because I'm going through, like, training classes for my job, because I work in behavioral health, I need to, like, go through a bunch of certification stuff and all that, even though I've been working the job. It's a case where you have to do it within the first X amount of, like, months working there type deal. So I don't know when Deltarune 2 is gonna happen. I would guess not this week or next week, but soon enough. Because I am looking forward to it. Even if, you know, it's going to fuck with my sleep schedule again. Nobody pay attention to the fact that I missed that Silk Spear. Absolutely no one. A craft medal. Honestly, the biggest thing that I need to add... So, when converting a stream to a YouTube video, I feel like it's kind of important to really strike a right balance for how much of interactions with chat you keep in the final video. You know, keep enough to where, like, when chat is, like, actually relevant to, like, what's going on. But, you know, don't just make it a live stream, but shorter. And the biggest thing I need to go through and edit is that I don't currently have, like, a visual for when anyone in chat speaks. So a lot of what I need to go through and add is honestly just, like, a little visual that just says, that shows, like, oh, chatter is speaking type deal. Something simple. But the problem is, it's not like, I didn't think ahead and I didn't mark where those interactions were, so I'm gonna have to, like, rewatch the full 45-minute thing, and why don't you love us? I do love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Except for the ones that I don't. And you can fight amongst yourselves which is which. But yeah, I mean, there's an okay amount of chat interaction that makes it into it. But more so, like, the raw, like, reading out loud of a chatter's message to then respond to it. Because, you know, in a stream environment, that's super important so people have context as to what you are specifically replying to, because there's more than one chat message at a given time. During a YouTube video, that is still important. In fact, it's arguably more important. But since they can't actively see chat at a given time, they need some sort of, like, visual to be like, hey, this is what's going on, in case it's not immediately observant. So that way they're not distracted and trying to, like, piece together why I'm talking to myself before going like, oh, it's a stream and that's a chatter, and they can just focus on, like, you know, what we're actually talking about that's interesting enough to make it into the final video. I feel like most of this stream has just been yapping about, like, video editing, but also, like, what do you expect? It's been an Act 1 stream. That's why I'm, like, really looking forward to something that I can take even more casual than, like, Silksong, because something that's a long-term, like, goal that we're working towards but isn't something where I have to focus as hard is going to be nice, and we'll just... I feel like the podcastier moments of the stream tend to be some of my favorites, if I'm being honest. Probably going to be, like, the most obnoxious to edit around in, when it comes to making, like, the video, but the moments where, like, the game is mostly, like, not the focus tend to be, like, some of the most fun moments in my mind. And once we're playing something that isn't Silksong as, like, the long-term goal, there will be able to be even more of that, ideally. Like, let's say, for example, I did, like, a Skyblock series or something like that, right? Which is not remotely an idea I'm entertaining, mind you, but just as a hypothetical adventure. The stream is not interesting if I'm spending the entire stream talking about mining cobblestone when at a cobblestone generator. That does not make for interesting content in any shape of the world, or any shape of the word, whether for stream or for video. So, therefore, like, doing something like that, you have to be a lot more podcasty, and you have to talk about a lot more, like, varied topics, and you have more opportunities to be, like, silly. So I'm excited to be able to do that more, because I can't do that as much for Silksong just because of the nature of I need to put enough attention in to not lose the run at a given time. Which, you know, should be obvious, but it still, like, is worth saying. Wait, did I not have 4 moss berries? Did I miss one? No, I do. She just didn't really feel like taking it at that given moment. Podcast moments are my favorite? Exactly. Like, I think they're so fun. And I'm not even just talking about, like, for my stream specifically. I think streams in general are more fun the more the personality of the creator gets to shine, and less focus on the game. Now, that's not always true, mind you, but I think generally it's true. It partially depends on, like, my own experience, like, with the game that they're playing and all that. But it obviously also varies, like, content creator to content creator. Some are better at, to put bluntly, some are better at streaming than others, and better at being entertaining when not bouncing off of the game in front of them. But I would say, generally speaking, it's not so much that, like, the less focused on the game it is, the better, but more so just the more the creator's personality can shine through, the better. And that tends to be true, that tends to happen more when they're talking about their own experiences in life and their own, like, worldview, and, like, and I say things like that and it sounds pretentious, but I'm not talking philosophical debates or anything. I could just be talking about the shower beers and the shower oranges like I was earlier. If a streamer's, like, yapping about that and, like, has, like, funny things to say about that and can, like, bring that to the table, that tends to show personality better than person number 857 talking about, you know, playing Silksong. So yeah, it's not even just a me thing, it's just that personally, I feel like, as someone trying to become a content creator, part of the goal should be to make content that the creator themselves likes. Whether, like, they want to watch their own things or not. Because, you know, sometimes you don't. Like, I don't want to hear my voice ever. But I want to walk away from making content, being happy with it, and feeling as though, like, oh, this is something that really reflects me, and if I were not me, and I were, like, a random chatter who is watching this video, I would enjoy it, because I'm making the type of content that I would enjoy. So that's part of the reason that, like, I'm excited to be able to lean less into talking about game and more into just having silly interactions. Except for nights like tonight where... So I have this interesting little quirk that people don't comment on in my day-to-day life. But it's definitely something I notice, and it definitely depends a bit on the context, mind you, but I would say as I get, like, sleepier and more sleep-deprived, I tend to speak and type more formally. I don't know if there's, like, a part of my brain that I'm not processing is putting effort into, like, turning my vernacular and speech into something more casual. That just goes to bed when it's night-night time. Or, like, why that quirk exists, but if I seem like I'm yapping and, like, speaking vaguely like ChatGPT right now, at any point, or I'm taking anything, like, too seriously, and, like, my words are reflecting that, like, that's why. I noticed that, a lot today at work, because I was doing, like, training, and I was, like, half asleep all day, because, as I've mentioned multiple times this stream, I may have not slept last night. If I did, it was, like, maybe an hour or two. But, I noticed, like, I looked back on a sentence that I typed up, while doing, like, live training, that I was responding to, like, the instructor with. I was like, God, whoever wrote that is a fucking loser. Mind you, I knew it was me, obviously, but I'm like, God, if I wasn't me looking at that, I would assume that the person who wrote that's a fucking snob. Like, goddamn, what do you mean you just strung together, like, 4-syllable words that are not that common in conversation back to back to back to back? Like, what the fuck? Who talks like that? And the answer is sometimes me. And that's that. When I'm sleepy, I'm just emotionally prepared to go to a business meeting, I guess. I'm like, yes, I'm here to talk about the business, the economics, the hierarchy. Holy shit, something's happening in Silksong. Not clickbait. Yeah, while I was yapping, I was just kind of grinding rosaries, because I'm gonna be honest, it kind of gives me, like, I like doing an early game rosary grind, even though it's way less efficient than if I just waited a little bit. Largely because I feel like it helps regulate me a little bit on a new run. Like, I feel like the life cycle of a Jamie Steelsoul run is after I, like, die and I'm starting a new run, I'm, like, a bit pissy, because I'm like, grr, I lost the last run, grr, grr. And I'm trying to still be fun, but, you know, I'm definitely, like, a bit grumpy about it. And then, I do, like, my early game chores, yada yada, and I give myself a bit where I can just kind of, like, mindlessly keep silksonging, near the end of that chores, where I don't really have to put, like, any brain power into it. And that gives me the opportunity to, like, you know, find podcast moments. And that helps me, like, recenter and, I guess, emotionally prepare for the run in front of me. Like, I'm less pissy about last run now that I've had, like, 30 minutes of grinding rosaries and doing early Act 1 shit. while talking. So, like, does it make for great visual stimulus? No, not really. But it makes me happy, and I'm the streamer. So, sometimes the noises Hornet makes sound like death noises, and I'm like, oh no. But then I realize I'm uneducated. Okay, if at any point you're going to think that, Hornet, like, died because you weren't looking at the stream, that right there is low-key, like, one of the biggest moments that you would. Because the sound effect for, like, getting the silk card and everything is not that different than the white noise sound effect that plays behind Hornet screaming when she dies. Plus, I mean, she still is screaming in this sense, so it's like... I can absolutely see, like, hearing that and going, oh god, oh fuck, did she die? And it's like, oh, JK, got a silk card, teehee. I don't remember if binding, like, new crests sounds like that as well. Because if so, that's another example of, like, a time where, like, goddamn. Oh, never mind, you didn't actually die, LOL. Bing bong. Binding new chests? Yes, binding new chests. You see, this game is about Hornet, who is a non-binary fashion designer who is personally offended at the lack of advancements in transmask fashion and puts her heart and soul and her silk into weaving special binders for trans people, for trans masks. Now, as for what those binders do, so far it seems to be a lot of murder, but you know, take that with a grain of salt. Back to the marrow. You see, now our rosary grinding is totally different than it was before. Because before, we were looping this room and killing all the enemies. Now, we're looping this room and killing all the enemies and taking their clothes off. See, entirely different. This is way more visually exciting. And physically exciting if you're, you know, into pilgrims. Which, you know, I'm not going to say I'm not. I will say, there is that one pilgrim that is, like, in this room, mind you, that when you take off their, like, wraps and you see, like, their naked body, they do look very penis-shaped. I don't remember if I've drawn attention to that before, and I don't know if it's just me, but, like, let me murder this bucko here. Like, are we gonna act like these don't look like dongs? If this were flipped around, so the ball sack was, like, downwards and the shaft was, like, upwards, y'all would, like, 100% be commenting that it looks like a penis 24/7. Got his ass. And his apparent penis, as we've established. They look like doms? I don't think they look like doms. I mean... Alright, hang on. I'll tell you what. I'll end stream right now and go sleep with a pilgrim and, find out if they're doms or not, okay? So, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And I'll be back next stream to tell you how submissive and or dominant these pilgrims tend to be. So, based on my sample size of 1, mind you, which is how you know it's a really good research study. I learned that in college. See, the smaller the sample size, the less variance, and therefore the more right it is. I'm not actually going to bed. I can't believe that someone actually put in chat Night Jamie as if I was gonna go sleep with a pilgrim. Like, excuse me. The pilgrim can at least buy me dinner first if I'm going to go sleep with a pilgrim from Silksong. Alright, we have enough shawls. I knew I wasn't that autistic. Fair. So fair. I'm sorry, I forget that, like... I forget that my chat's the type of people that I need to, like, speak tone indicators out loud. Ahem. Slash Circe, I'm gonna go sleep with a pilgrim from Silksong. Good night. Did I do it? Slash Circe is when it's, silly, really silly, right? That's what it stands for? I think I'm right. Alright, that's a rosary necklace. We have money, we got simple key, we got bitches. Arguably. Alright, now Peb is going to fuck off, and then we'll be able to murder her for money! Hooray! We're getting money! Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. That pogo is not very hard, but it does make you feel like a god whenever you do it. Like, it's actually extremely easy. But it does tickle your brain in a way that I, do appreciate. Alright, now we get to do Vomit Bug without dash. Owie. Well, that wasn't pleasant, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, well, so you can't make that. You can't make that jump. Awkward. I thought that you'd be able to, get Silk off of him. That was literally, like, just greed. I have no excuse for that one. Except it was all for the content, baby. Now here's the question. That was a really borderline example of have we been playing long enough to, keep the same art? I think for the sake of the stream, like, it is already, like, approaching 1 in the morning. If we spend time, designing more art again, I think unless we're starting a stream with art, and unless the stream runs particularly long, like, I think generally speaking, Having multiple art segments in the same stream is just going to, like, fuck up the pacing. And just not be that fun. I think generally my line is roughly an hour, where it's like, if I've been playing for like an hour, maybe more like an hour and a half, just change the art start of next stream. I would agree to that if I was ending stream here, but I actually want to go a little longer. Not too much longer, mind you. Your girl is very sleep deprived and is not staying up to stupid late again. Oh my god. It's been a while since we've had a death to Chuck. You know what? I'm down. That's fine. Literally, like, you just changed the art? No. That's not the point. The point is the art blesses the run. Or something like that. I don't know. You can make up whatever lore you want. But I'm not going to change the art mid-run. I mean, that's no fun. I guess technically, like, the very first time I changed the art mid-run, but, like, the game is telling you. Look, we'll see. Maybe Bill Cipher is actually mad at you for suggesting we get rid of him. And he's taking it out on me. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe if you were a better person, I wouldn't be dying in Silksong. You can see how we got from point A to point B. We've officially made it since... We've officially... Think about it. The run where we beat the game for the first time on Steel Soul difficulty was when I had the 7 on the face. Meaning... it was our 8th run. We're now on run number 17. We've come a long way since then. There we go. This isn't even, like, hard for me at this point. I just, like, I got greedy and was like, oh, I can get an extra swing in here, I swear. And then that threw off my rhythm so bad that I just ate a giant dick and took 2 hits. Boop. And a boop. Got him. Oh my god, my controller's just violently vibrating. I feel like it just... I don't fully understand what causes the controller to vibrate in this game. Like, some things I'm aware of, obviously, but others I'm just, like, not. I swear the game just kind of decides to make my controller vibrate randomly half the time. Me too? Oh, your controller's also vibrating? I don't think that's a controller, and I would rather you didn't do that to my streams. Don't get me wrong, a view is a view. I'm not going to, like, ban you or anything. I'm just saying I'd rather you didn't. What y'all do on the other side of the monitor while I'm streaming Silksong, nothing to do with me. You're vibrating? Well, now this is awkward. Oops. I misunderstood the situation. And then, like, the sitcom music plays, like the Seinfeld, like, transition. And everyone, like, oh, a laugh track. You throw in a laugh track there, everyone going, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. Just buzz in chat. Have you become one with the vibrator now? Are you role-playing as a vibrator? What's happening here? I want to understand the lore before I, like, properly miscategorize the situation again. Seinfeld is trans? Yes. Jerry Seinfeld himself actually prefers to go by Jerina now. That might be our fastest Moss Mother yet. Probably. Which is funny that's during the time where I'm like half asleep and playing like ass. The one real sad thing about dying super early in Act 1 is all that rosary grinding straight in the trash. Chat, Hornet's stummy hurt. And this stream is brought to you by Tums. Half asleep and playing like ass is always the best, except for when you have some people in chat that expect you to play well and then bully you for not. Hashtag girl problems, you're so right. It's crazy how Hornet being on her period is like an important plot point for the early game if you think about it. This game truly is a piece of feminist art. Goodbye, Chaperone. I don't know how much longer we're gonna stream tonight. I wanted to make it to 2. I don't see that happening. I'm getting really tired really quickly, and again, it's like with streaming Silksong once a week instead of twice a week. It's like, if I'm making bad content by pushing myself, then why am I pushing myself? Like, sure, there's more content, but if it's actively, like, getting worse and not up to, like, the standards I have for myself, then, like, why would I keep going? So, if I get to the point where I'm, like, actually struggle to be entertaining, then I probably will call it earlier. Maybe... I don't know. I hate throwing out, like, a time for the stream to end, because then it's like, oh, the expectation is that, oh, the stream will end then, and it's like, fuck, if I'm really tired and I can't make it that deep, then oopsie doodle. Now that I have a better, like, idea of what I want my brand to be, I wish I could redo the Hollow Knight charm tier list. And I wish I could just, like, buy a fuck ton of helium balloons and just be on helium the entire time, and that would be, like, my silly, like, gimmick. Like, doing a charm tier list, but every charm I inhale helium is really funny. That would be so peak, exactly, but I'm not doing another Hollow Knight charm tier list. That's not worth it. Maybe later down the line, because, like, that is a stream that, like... It was the first non-Silksong stream, and you can tell, to put it bluntly. I've only been doing this for a couple months, but I do feel like I've radically improved over time, and I do feel like I'm, like, noticing things that I've done in the past that I'm not as proud of as what I'm currently doing, and I'm sure that's going to always, like, keep going, you know? So, like, the Hollow Knight charm tier list, while, like, I like the idea of me doing a tier list like that, because, I mean, people in chat thought it was rage bait because of my takes, and I would, like, argue them, and I would stand by all my arguments, and I wouldn't typically get convinced I was wrong. Like, I would hear out any arguments against my actual takes, but, like, I wouldn't subscribe to them. So I think, like, that is a topic that my opinions and, like, my thoughts and my ability to articulate them is actually, like, an interesting topic. And that's, like, the exact type of thing that, like, is perfect for tier lists. Like, for a tier list to be interesting, you need to be educated enough on the subject to, you know, have some sort of, like, basis and understanding for why you think what you do, and you need to be able to articulate the why you think what you do. And, like, that is a topic where, yes, it's a great tier list topic for me, but I don't think, like, for example, I didn't think about, like, audio, and I'm like, God, this stream is, like, so dead and awkward. When, nowadays, I would, like, do something. I'd plan, like, a playlist or something like that for the stream. Or maybe I would, like, come a little more prepared for some charms. Like, there's a couple charms in there where I don't have that strong of opinions, and, like, if I made that into a video like I was planning on, literally the section talking about that charm would basically be, I don't care, chat picks. And that's not super fun and interesting either. It's a similar situation to the Minecraft one, where because of limitations of where I'm at in my ability to stream, and not just my ability, but also my, you know, the lessons I've learned along the way at this time, it's a topic that didn't get pushed to its full potential of quality. The Minecraft stream really is the most disappointing one, though. Like, that's easily... I know I, like, talked at length about that earlier this stream, so I'm not gonna yap too long, but that Minecraft stream, I really do think has potential. The idea is really fun and interesting, and it's just the execution of the concept and the stream itself, both with the execution of how I was playing, and, you know, the luck along the way. Like, it just all made a perfect storm for a really rough stream to watch and to experience, like, as the player. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling of, like, oh, this is an idea that I'm really excited about and really, like, looking forward to and passionate about and think could be something. And then it's like, oh, well, yes, but I didn't push it to its limit, to its full potential, and because of that, it's just kinda sad. I think the Hollow Knight Charm tier list, looking back like a month and a half-ish later, is, like, probably a similar case. It is admittedly a similar case that I'm, like, less, you know, immediately interested in revisiting, because it's like, well, the tier list still exists, regardless of the, stream where I make the tier list. Like, the opinions are already, like, set in stone, the image is already out there, I already posted on socials. Like, what's the point of streaming it again, unless, like, some opinions changed? And if I, like, you know, if I get epiphanies about Hollow Knight's charms and, like, have interesting and new things to say about them, maybe I will remake it, but tentatively, like, it's not something I'm planning on going back to. Unlike, speedrunning specific death messages in Minecraft, that's a really fun concept that it has another life to live. I don't know if it's something I'll go back to soon, because, you know, I don't want to just repeat things, and I don't want to, I don't want to rush into it, and then proceed to make the same mistakes again, but at some point in my streaming career, that's an idea I want to revisit. I feel like so much of this stream has just been yapping about, like, video editing and, like, other streams. And also shower beers and shower oranges, which, admittedly, important. Society as a whole needs to be properly educated on the glory that is a shower orange. I think that world peace could be achieved if we all just collectively got into our showers with an orange, turned on the water, began like the showering process, and then ate the orange while in the shower. Like, that would just end world peace. Or, no, wait, not end world peace. Oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck. Okay, so, like, shower oranges peak, right? What if someone eats, like, shower crackers? Like, me on my way to roll up to take my shower while I stuff my mouth full of saltines that get soggy. Like, no, never mind. Let's not talk about this. The textural nightmare that I just envisioned in my head is enough for me to never want to talk about shower saltines ever again. So anyways, let's talk about the weather. Ooh, how's the weather been for you guys? Ooh, the weather's been good. That's nice. Oh, wow, zoinks. The weather here has been pretty good as well. Wet? I mean, okay. I'm sorry. It's not my fault that I'm just too goddamn attractive that your concept of weather just can't handle me without getting wet. And honestly, I don't blame it. I can barely handle myself sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like looking down and I'm like, God damn, I'm soaked right now because I like looked in a mirror or something. April Fools. It's actually opposite day. The exact opposite happens. Teehee. Alright, now someone's gonna clip that out of context and be like, Jamie says practice self-love. Or something like that. I thought you said you didn't want us doing that on stream? I mean, I said I didn't want... Okay. There is a difference between getting wet from something attractive and actively jerking off to something attractive. I can make all you bitches wet for all I care. I don't care. I'm not actively trying to, but if y'all get wet, that's fine. But I'd prefer you didn't, like, actively jerk off while watching. But again, none of my business if you do. I guess what I'm saying is, keep your shady deeds to yourself. If you insist on jerking off to shitty Silksong gameplay, more power to you, but I don't want to know. Wow, blame the victim. That's really funny. Streamer, I couldn't help but goon while watching. You were just so sexy that you made me just really wet, okay? I'm the victim here. I didn't choose to be wet. If anything, this is sexual harassment. You shouldn't be making me wet on your streams. I just booped the shit out of that, buddy. I think this stream might just become a grinding rosary stream for the rest of it, because, I don't have brain power for much else. Like, at this point, my goal is, 1:30, so 15 more minutes. Will I actually last that long? To be determined. Because your girl is sleepy. I keep going to... whatever. That's fine. Mild inconvenience. Worst day of my life. Would you sleep on stream? Alone or with someone? Because it depends. Also, shout out to any sexy bitches that happen to be born on May 12th. I don't have anyone in mind exactly, but something about it, just May 12th seems like a day where, like, some sexy bitches got born. But, like, only if you're, like, at least 18. Or, I guess, turned at least 18? I guess? If you're a minor, then I hope you have a terrible birthday, and, I did not call you a sexy bitch, and you cannot use this in a court of law. I accidentally just basketballed myself right into that hole when I wasn't trying to. And honestly, that's more impressive than, like, the jump I was trying to do. Oh my god. Maybe we do, like, one more lap and call it for the night. My brain is, like, actively shutting down as we speak. Victory lap? Yeah, we got a #1 victory royale. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep going, like, slightly longer. I have a goal in mind, and it's like, fuck, how long is that actually gonna take? Because I have a shitty sense of time. Also, I'm not really sure it counts as a victory lap if we've made negative progress this stream. Like, we started farther in the game than we're ending. It's not really a victory lap. It's more of a lap of shame. You know what's low-key lit? This is about to be shit that y'all don't care about. However, I'm the streamer, and I don't have anyone here to tell me not to talk about it. Sorry, I just had to listen to monster noises. Seriously, some of the funniest fucking random sound effects in this game. I'm likely going to need to do intermissions less often to an extent. So the reason that I generally, like, do intermissions every 2 or so hours on stream, most streams, not every stream. I think Deltarune I did all in one sitting, which is crazy. I think that was... so the reason I do intermissions is A, to refill my water, because, you know, I'm talking a lot, and I have, like, really bad dehydration problems. I am, like, chronically dehydrated, like, all of the time. So, like, I need to, like, constantly have water, and, you know, generally speaking, I go through, like, my water bottle in, like, I don't know, an hour and a half-ish, give or take. I got a bigger water bottle, so now I need to do intermissions less often, because now, instead of having, like... This thing's, like, unironically got, like, twice the water. Technically, I got it for, work. Because it's, I'm really... Okay. Here we go. Let's autism max for a second about shit y'all do not care about, right? I got a Brita water bottle because the water at my fucking job is disgusting. And it's like, fuck, I don't want to drink this shit. And at home, my water is also disgusting. So I have a Brita, and it's like, oh, I actually like this a lot. It makes, like, a big difference. And I just can't go back. So I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do for, like, staying hydrated at work? And I saw they made Brita water bottles. I was like, fuck, I need this in my life. And it also just happens to be, like, you know, twice the size of my water bottle as is, so I'm using it for streaming too, and it's great. And since it's, it covers my face less, since it actually has a straw, like, my model freaks out less when I'm, sipping it, so it's a win all around. And then the other reason I do intermissions, which is, like, completely unrelated, is, my chair situation's really rough. I had a really nice chair, but it broke, like, semi-recently, right around when I wanted to start streaming. And I was like, fuck, I don't really have the money to put into a good chair right now. And I know that there's a lot of people out there when it comes to chairs that are very buy it for life, you know, put, like, stupid money into a chair once and, you know, keep it for, like, 10 years. I take kind of bad care of my chairs. I have, like, really bad leaning, my posture's really bad, things like that. So I go through chairs, like, actually at a kind of fast rate, relatively. So I was like, fuck it. Oh my god, I just died to Bell Beast. Oh my god, I can tell I'm tired. Anyways, yeah, I bought a shitty, cheap Amazon chair and a cushion for it, so it's like, god, after streaming for like 2 hours straight, my butt actually hurts. That's how we're gonna end the stream tonight. With the ending of Bill. We're going to death counter. Increase that to 17. We're gonna turn Bill off, so that way I remember, oh yeah, we did die. What can I say? I was more locked in on the conversation. Teehee. But it's fine. I mean, I knew going into this stream that there's a very good chance I was going to die. Just because I'm streaming off of, like, no sleep. What can you do, you know? But you know what? Next time, we'll do it. I believe. We have gotten from the start of Act 1 to the start of Act 2 in a single stream before. It was a longer stream, mind you. Like on the longer end, but we have done it before. So maybe I'll just like lock in and zoom like crazy, and that's what we'll do next stream. We can be optimistic for that. Or at least get close to the end of Act 1. Because I miss Act 2. It's been like a month since we've been in Act 2. Not literally, but it feels like it. And God, I really miss Act 3, let me tell you. God, we've not been in Act 3 in so long. That's fine. What can you do? That's life. Teehee. So, did not make it to 1:30, but not because I'm a sleepy bitch. Not because I'm a sleepy bitch. Rather because we fucking died. LMAO. So, thank you everyone for coming out. Hope you had fun. Honestly, this was a fun stream. Even if we lost like 3 Silksong runs, it's been fun. I had a good time. And I will catch you all next time, later this week for something that isn't Silksong. Maybe one thing, maybe a few small things. Who knows? But I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.